The Wayfair Party's vengeful and rambling lawsuit against Blake Lively is a profound abuse of the legal process that has no place in federal court. The law prohibits weaponizing defamation lawsuits like this one to retaliate against individuals who have filed legal claims or have publicly spoken out about harassment and retaliation. The right to seek legal redress and the right of the press to report on it are sacred principles that are protected by multiple privileges, including the litigation and fair report privileges, which are absolute. So their argument is, you're not allowed to sue us back because we filed this harassment suit. I mean, it's like punching someone and then they don't get a chance to return the blow. So here's what Justin Baldoni's attorney, power attorney Brian Friedman, is saying, right? Because she's arguing in her motion to dismiss, hey, I filed a harassment complaint against Baldoni. He cannot sue me in retaliation. If Justin Baldoni can prove that she filed that claim for some malicious intent, then maybe he'll have a shot at it. But some people are saying, hey, she could get off on some sort of technicality here.
Blake Lively just lost it completely, caught in a web of her own making. The shocking truth has been exposed. Blake tried to buy off Justin Baldoni with a massive $10 million to make his lawsuit vanish. Her desperate move reveals she knows her case is collapsing, a brutal blow after weeks of her and Ryan Reynolds trying to silence the media. New details have surfaced, confirming Blake not only used her power to remove Justin from his own movie and take over as director, but she also allegedly offered him a fortune to drop the legal action.
Lots of women are calling bullshit on Blake Lively. Like, that's just what you see. And look, if you're Blake Lively and you get a text message of this guy Jed saying, we are crushing it on Reddit, then yeah, I can understand that paranoia, but that's not enough to win a lawsuit, right? They're gonna have to provide that proof.
How about your post should be, I'm sorry. I believed Blake like everyone else when the civil complaint was filed in California, and then 2 days later, the New York Times writes this article. Read this New York Times thing I told everyone. It's horrible. It's terrible. Why doesn't anyone just say, I made a mistake? I think we live in a world, we're out of cancel culture now. I think. But we live in a world where if you say you're sorry, I just believe that...
The public is now asking, what is Blake's game plan? And what is Justin's team doing about this blatant attempt at a cover-up? Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds strutted into a major Hollywood event, acting as if their ongoing legal drama with Justin Baldoni was a laughing matter. While Justin laid low, protecting his family from the media frenzy, Blake and Ryan were flaunting their privilege, mingling with Hollywood royalty. Their appearance at the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special event was widely seen as a disrespectful display, particularly when Ryan made a callous joke about their serious legal issues with Justin. This public display of arrogance has fueled public outrage and highlighted the deep disconnect between the wealthy couple and the severe nature of the lawsuit. While Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were parading themselves at high-profile events, Justin Baldoni was quietly focused on his family. Reports confirm Justin has been deliberately avoiding the spotlight since the lawsuit began, preferring to spend time with his wife Emily and their children Maya and Maxwell. He was recently seen vacationing with his family in Hawaii, seeking a much-needed break from the relentless public scrutiny. This stark contrast in behavior, Justin's quiet dignity versus Blake and Ryan's public spectacle, underscores the gravity of the situation and Justin's unwavering commitment to handling the lawsuit with the seriousness it demands.
People forgive you and you'll be okay.
Justin Baldoni's attorney, power attorney Brian Friedman, is saying Blake is abusing the legal system, slams her motion to dismiss the suit. They're firing backs at her attempt to cut herself out of the ongoing legal drama surrounding the film It Ends With Us. Brian Friedman, power attorney, tells TMZ Miss Lively's recent motion to dismiss herself from the self-concocted disaster she initiated is one of the most abhorrent examples of abusing our legal systems. Friedman says stringent rules are put into place to protect the innocent and allow individuals to rightfully defend themselves, while noting laws are not meant to be twisted and curated by privileged elites to fit their own personal agenda. TMZ broke the story that Blake filed her motion to dismiss, saying Baldoni violated the law by filing his own lawsuit in the purpose of revenge. Blake says Baldoni filed his defamation suit against her husband, and everyone else after she filed his. And of course, when she filed her lawsuit onto him, obviously, he's going to take a hit from that career-wise. So his response is like, you're defaming me by doing that. And she's saying, well, you can't even respond.
Blake Lively's dramatic claims of suffering severe emotional distress and being ostracized by elite society due to Justin Baldoni's alleged smear campaign have been utterly dismantled. Despite her assertions, Blake's recent appearance at the SNL 50th anniversary special, where she seemed to be enjoying herself immensely, completely contradicted her narrative. The image of her happily mingling with major celebrities directly undermines her claims of being an outcast. This public display proves she faces no genuine backlash in Hollywood, exposing her emotional distress claims as nothing more than a strategic fabrication to gain sympathy in her lawsuit. Ryan Reynolds' ill-advised joke at the SNL 50th anniversary event about the ongoing legal battle with Justin Baldoni has become a critical turning point. What Ryan likely intended as a lighthearted moment has now been seized upon by Justin's legal team as damning evidence. Legal insiders confirmed that Justin's lawyers are planning to use Ryan's public mockery as part of their defense, arguing that it shows a clear lack of seriousness and empathy from Blake and Ryan regarding the severe allegations at hand. This insensitive stunt has not only generated public outrage, but has also significantly bolstered Justin's position in court. A bombshell has just exploded in the legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni.
Brian Friedman, power attorney, tells TMZ Miss Lively's recent motion to dismiss herself from the self-concocted disaster she initiated is one of the most abhorrent examples of abusing our legal systems. What happened was, and again, everyone's doing this. No one wants to be in this trial, of course. Blake Lively's publicist asked to be removed from lawsuit, defends actress against Justin Baldoni's claims. I'm going to get into what Justin Baldoni's lawyer had to say and what Blake's team is saying, because every day there's more to the drama, and I'm going to get into all of this happening next. So we have Blake Lively accusing Justin Baldoni of retaliating with his lawsuit on her, and then we have Justin Baldoni's lawyer saying Blake is abusing the system. To be quite honest, everyone I meet's Team Blake. I mean, other than Taylor Lorenz. Everyone's Team Justin Baldoni. I got that wrong. Everyone's Team Justin Baldoni.
Blake is now fully exposed for falsifying HR complaints against Justin. These fabricated complaints, allegedly made to Sony by Blake and other actresses, accuse Justin of inappropriate behavior on set. One complaint shockingly claimed Justin put his hands on an actress's butt under the guise of helping with posture, dismissing her discomfort by saying he was totally hot for his wife. This revelation proves a calculated effort by Blake to create a false narrative, attempting to destroy Justin's career with fabricated evidence. The fabricated HR complaints against Justin Baldoni are falling apart under scrutiny, riddled with glaring inconsistencies that expose Blake Lively's deceit. Key dates on the documents were redacted, a suspicious move if the goal was to prove Justin's misconduct. Furthermore, Blake's initial lawsuit directly contradicted these alleged complaints, as she had previously stated that Sony was not responsible for receiving HR complaints and instead directed her to Wayfarer, the production studio. The fact that these complaints were not included in her original filing, but rather surfaced only after significant backlash, casts serious doubt on their authenticity and solidifies the suspicion that they are a desperate attempt to manipulate the legal process. A chilling Reddit post from August of last year has resurfaced, potentially exposing Blake Lively's true motives and painting a damning picture of her tactics. The post alleges that Blake threatened Sony Studios, stating she would accuse Justin Baldoni of harassment in the New York Times if they did not agree to her demands regarding her cut of the movie. This shocking revelation directly connects to the subsequent New York Times article that published details of the lawsuit before it was officially filed, appearing to be a calculated propaganda piece against Justin. If true, this pre-lawsuit threat reveals a deeply manipulative and aggressive strategy by Blake to control the narrative and force her will. Blake Lively's true endgame in the legal battle with Justin Baldoni is now laid bare, a desperate bid to seize control of the It Ends With Us film rights. Rumors are swirling that this entire lawsuit is a calculated plot to tarnish Justin's reputation and remove him from the director's chair. Justin currently holds all the movie rights to the book, but if he is found guilty of serious workplace misconduct, those rights would revert back to Sony and author Colleen Hoover. This transfer would then make it incredibly easy for Blake to acquire them, revealing her malicious intent to profit from Justin's potential downfall. Justin Baldoni has systematically dismantled Blake Lively's web of lies, presenting undeniable evidence that exposes her manipulative tactics. Blake's claim of Justin initiating a smear campaign against her is proven false by the New York Times article itself, which she initiated with lawsuit details before it was even filed. Justin's legal team has revealed altered text messages used in the article, demonstrating how Blake cherry-picked and changed communications to fit her narrative. Raw footage from a dance scene where Blake claimed discomfort actually shows playful interaction between them. Furthermore, Blake's insistence on being the intimacy coordinator despite her lawsuit claims and her inviting Justin to her penthouse to write explicit scenes without an intimacy coordinator further expose her hypocrisy.